Sometimes when people ask where I am a rabbi, and when they hear that I'm a rabbi at the Liberal Jewish Synagogue, they say, wait a moment. Liberal, that's more or less clear. Synagogue, okay. Why do you add the word Jewish? Can a synagogue be non-Jewish? And then you need to explain that it comes from the phrase liberal Judaism that came before the idea of liberal Jewish synagogue. So it's a synagogue of liberal Judaism. And that's why the word Jewish is there. But let's try to understand word by word what it means. So Jonathan Haidt is an American social psychologist. I sometimes refer to his books and his writings when I try to understand the social psychology. His main area is the study of the psychology is morality and moral emotions. One of his books is called The Righteous Mind, and the subtitle is a good question. Why good people are divided by politics and religion? And I think that every single word here is also important. Why good people are divided by politics and religion. He looks at how morality is shaped by emotion and intuition. And emotion and intuition more than reason and rational thought. He conducted an extensive study to understand why different political groups have different notions of right and wrong. His theory is that people have 6 foundations for making decisions. The first one is care, fairness, loyalty, authority, sanctity, and liberty. So, to explain this, what it means, this foundation. If you want to prevent harm to somebody, and this is the reason why you make a particular choice in life, then you use the foundation of care to prevent harm. To prevent cheating, the foundation of fairness. If you act against betrayal, then you act based on the foundation of loyalty. If you think that people work out of order or act out of order and subvert the hierarchy, then you use the foundation of authority. To stop degradation, you refer to the foundation of sanctity. And to prevent systematic oppression, people use the foundation of liberty. So Haidt argues that using this theory can help us to understand the difference between liberals and conservatives, the two camps that are disagreeing with each other, sometimes too much, but it's another question. He concluded that liberals have hierarchy of moral foundations, but conservatives tend to give all 6 foundations the same weight. In his view, you are conservative because you put loyalty and authority on the same level as any other foundation. What makes you liberal is that you mainly focus on care and fairness and place all other foundations second. In other words, you can be disloyal to prevent harm. If you think if you think it's okay not to follow authority and expertise, if in your view it leads to unfair treatment of somebody, then you are liberal, according to this study. This week's Torah portion introduces a similar foundation, similar theory. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day. I have put before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life, so that you and your offspring would live. So the highest value according to Torah is respect and care for human life. This is not new. This is quite obvious for everybody who studies Judaism, that human life has the highest value. But it's repeated many, many times in the Torah and throughout rabbinic literature. It is emphasized. The sanctity of human life is emphasized. And what it means in terms of practice is that you can break any commandment to save life. Life is sacred and should not be justified by any other foundations, by any other reasons. It seems to me that Torah introduced an additional and ultimate foundation for making decisions, which is life. All questions and doubt should first go through the filter of the most important question. Will this decision lead to life of people or individual, or death, or shortening life, prolonging life or shortening life? We are always told to choose life if we have this question. Decisions about how people make decisions can lead to dangerous results. Being fixated on one way of thinking can lead to profoundly unethical and disastrous choices. But the ultimate criteria and success of any leader, any president, and every single person is how many lives you saved, how many lives you prolonged, and how many lives you made more comfortable. Also, we are commanded this. Surely, this instruction, which I enjoin upon you this day, is not too baffling for you, nor it's beyond reach. It's not in the heavens that you should say, who among us can go up to the heavens and get it for us and impart it to us, that we may observe it? Neither it's beyond the sea that you should say, who among us can cross the other side of the sea and get it for us and impart it to us, that we may observe it? No, the thing is very close to you. It's in your mouth and in your heart to observe it. I am not an expert in political or social theory. I find Haidt's argument persuasive, but not necessarily useful for my daily life choices. But being Jewish, I believe, is not about a hierarchy of moral foundations, but about fundamental understanding of your personal choice. It's not someone else who should make the decision for you. The choice is yours, not in heaven, not overseas. Each of us had a fundamental responsibility to reflect on our behavior and try to choose life whenever we can. It's not in heaven, not across the sea. It's every single one of us who must make this choice. So today, as we move towards the days of awe, we must look back and around and think about what each of us can do. Before thinking about care, fairness, loyalty, authority, sanctity, liberty, we always need to think about life and allow as many people to lead free, full, whole, and meaningful lives. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will.